Hi everyone, a very good evening to all of you and welcome back once again to another class of PIB Current Affairs. In today's class, my dear friends, we are going to cover the PIB news from 17th and 18th of September 2025. Please give me a thumbs up if everything is fine, if you can see me properly and can hear me properly. Then I'll quickly start the class. And I hope, my dear friends, the preparations for the RBI Grade B examination are going well. I hope you guys are not wasting any time. I hope you guys are preparing well and please do not procrastinate now. Please do not uh, afraid of the examination now. Please do not please do not be anxious. इन सब चीज़ों का अभी आपके पास टाइम नहीं है. Just focus on your studies. So please give me a thumbs up if everything is fine. If you guys can see me properly and can hear me properly, then I'll quickly start the class. Good evening and good evening everyone. चलिए. I think I have some thumbs up. So without any delay, let's start the class and let's talk about the very first question for the day. Question number 1 says, which of the following is incorrect with respect to the achievements of National Logistics Policy 2025? Now suddenly you must be wondering, why are we talking about National Logistic Policies? Because the National Logistic Policy has completed 3 years of implementation. So it was the third anniversary of National Logistic Policy on 17th of September 2025. On 17th of September, it was the third anniversary of National Logistic Policy, which was launched in the year 2022 with 3 major objectives. You need to remember the objectives of the policy. Number 1, the primary objective was to reduce the logistic costs to the global benchmark. In India, the logistic costs are very high, and that is why we are not at very good position in the World Bank's logistic index. Although we are at 38th position, which is a good position but not very good, we can improve well. So logistic cost हमारे देश में बहुत ज़्यादा है. Number 2, to improve India's ranking in the logistic performance index to the top 25 by 2030. And this logistic performance index, my dear friends, is वही World Bank वाला. ठीक है. And to establish a decision support system so that we can create an efficient and integrated logistic ecosystem. Overall एक efficient logistic ecosystem बनाना है. That is also the objective of this particular policy. ठीक है. Now we are not going to go into the details of the policy. We are going to talk about what all initiatives have been launched under this policy in the past 3 years and what are some achievements. ठीक है. So number 1, the government has launched Unified Logistic Interface Platform. What is it? Unified Logistic Interface Platform, my dear friends. It is basically a unified platform which which provides a platform, or not platform, actually it is a unified platform which which जो कि सारे जितने भी हमारे लॉजिस्टिक इकोसिस्टम के स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं उनको एक जगह लाके जमा करता है. ठीक है. which together combine all the efforts of all the stakeholders of the logistic ecosystem. All right. And इसके अंदर अब लॉजिस्टिक इकोसिस्टम में कौन कौन आ गए? ट्रांसपोर्टेशन वाले आ गए. ठीक है. ट्रांसपोर्ट वाले आ गए, टैक्स वाले आ गए. ठीक है. इसके अलावा कस्टम वाले आ गए. ठीक है. एक्साइज वाले आ गए. ये सब के सब क्या है? लॉजिस्टिक्स का पार्ट है. शिपिंग वाले आ गए. राइट. सो ऑल ऑफ दीज स्टेक होल्डर्स can have the access to all the information at unified logistic interface platform, where all the information with respect to the logistic ecosystem of the country is available. Okay, now what all information? We can track the shipping, we can have the information regarding the documents required, we can have the information regarding the custom clearances, we can have the information regarding the permissions which are required for a particular logistic that is to be sent, that is to be transported. Okay. So Unified Logistic Interface Platform, my dear friends, has facilitated the secure API integration across more than 30 digital systems, enabling over 160 crore digital transactions as of August 2025. अब देखो पहले क्या था कि सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स के अलग अलग डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स थे, डिजिटल सिस्टम्स थे. तो अगर मेरे को कोई यहाँ से सामान एक्सपोर्ट करना है तो आई विल हैव टू गो टू ऑल दोज डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स टू हैव द क्लैरिफाई to have the clarification regarding the provisions of provisions for the export. But ULIP has created a unified platform where I can have the access to all those different windows जहाँ पे मेरे को अलग अलग करके जाना पड़ता. ठीक है. The next is logistic ease across different states index. So it assesses the logistic performance across states and UTs, and it has played a crucial role in supporting India's rise to the 38th position in the World Bank Logistic Performance Index. ठीक है. Then an initiative LEAPS was launched. LEAPS stand for Logistic Excellence Advancement and Performance Shield. ठीक है. What is this initiative? It recognizes innovation in logistics, which is done by MSME, startups, and academia, while also promoting at the same time the green logistic practices. ठीक है. Then and DPIT and National Council of Applied Economic Research. Both of these organizations have collaborated for conducting a logistic cost assessment, and after the assessment will be done, it will definitely going to reduce the logistic cost. ठीक है. Large scale multimodal logistic parks are being developed to enhance the multimodal transport. उसके अलावा there was a service improvement group that was established. Now this group, my dear friends, was established to address policy and regulatory issues. It is for what? It was established for addressing the policy and regulatory issues to improve the digital integration and ease of doing business. ठीक है. Next, IIM Bangalore has developed the transportation emission measurement tool. Transportation emission measurement tool through which we can measure the emissions from the transportation systems, right? Thereby tracking, हमें ये भी ट्रैक करना पड़ेगा कि हमारा ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम कितना एमिशन क्रिएट कर रहा है, बिकॉज वी आर एट द सेम टाइम फोकस्ड ऑन प्रमोटिंग ग्रीन लॉजिस्टिक प्रैक्टिसेस. ठीक है ना. तो ग्रीन लॉजिस्टिक प्रैक्टिसेस अगर एमिशन ज्यादा होंगी तो ऑब्वियसली वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू प्रमोट द ग्रीन लॉजिस्टिक प्रैक्टिसेस. एंड दिस tool has been developed by IIM Bangalore. It is a cloud-based platform aligned with ISO 14083 standards. Then Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya is now offering the undergraduate and postgraduate logistic programs. उसके अलावा a sectoral policy for efficient logistics has been created, my dear friends. It is a sector-specific logistic framework tailored to the industries like coal, cement, steel, food processing, and pharmaceutical. So for every industry, for every different sector, there are different needs of logistics, right? So the government under the umbrella national logistic policy has created the sectoral policy for different sectors. Okay, then DPIIT in collaboration with GIZ has initiated a study to improve the women's participation in the logistics sectors. ठीक है. तो social वाला angle भी इसमें पकड़ के रखा हुआ है. City logistic plans have been created which are aimed at reducing the traffic congestion, pollution and logistic cost while enhancing the urban freight efficiency. अब जैसे अगर आप लोग दिल्ली एनसीआर में रहते हैं, राइट, अगर आप लोग दिल्ली एनसीआर में रहते हैं तो आपको पता होगा कि एक ईस्टर्न पेरिफेरल सरकार ने बनाया था. ईस्टर्न पेरिफेरल क्यों बनाया गया था? ताकि जो ट्रक्स आते हैं उनको दिल्ली के अंदर, सिटी के अंदर घुसना ना पड़े, वो बाहरी बाहर निकल जाए. मान लो उनको दिल्ली से हरियाणा जाना है या हरियाणा से दिल्ली आना है, सो दे कैन गो थ्रू दैट ईस्टर्न पेरिफेरल. ठीक है. और उसी से वो निकल जाएंगे, उनको दिल्ली के अंदर घुसने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. तो ये जो सिटी लॉजिस्टिक प्लान है इसी तरीके के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को क्रिएट करने के लिए है, ताकि वी कैन रिड्यूस द ट्रैफिक कंजेशन, द पोल्यूशन एंड द लॉजिस्टिक कॉस्ट एट द सेम टाइम. ठीक है. 27 states and UTs have formulated the state logistic policies and 14 states are preparing the logistic action plans. 19 states have granted industry status to logistics, enabling tax benefit and incentive. 19 states ऐसे हैं जिन्होंने लॉजिस्टिक को एक डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्री का कैटेगरी दे दिया है, thereby enabling the tax benefits and incentive to the logistic industry. ठीक है जी. I hope it is clear. Let's come back to the question and let's identify the incorrect statements. DPIT and NCAER have collaborated for conducting a logistic cost assessment to reduce the logistic cost. बिल्कुल सही है. 27 states and UTs have formulated state logistic policies with 14 states preparing logistic action plans. IIM Ahmedabad has developed the transportation emission measurement tool. It's not IIM Ahmedabad, my dear friends, it is IIM Bangalore. So the right answer will be option C because that is the incorrect statement. Okay, it is the incorrect statement. चलिए, moving ahead to question number 2. The Government of India has notified the National Policy on Geothermal Energy 2025. As part of the policy, Geological Survey of India has identified how many hot springs across how many geothermal provinces. This is an important thing. This is an important policy, but इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ I don't think इसमें कोई बहुत ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप का क्वेश्चन आने वाला है. ठीक है, बिकॉज इसमें कुछ वैसी डिटेल्स है भी नहीं. बट ठीक है, इसकी जो की हाईलाइट्स है वो हम पढ़ लेते हैं. The National Policy on Geothermal Energy 2025 has been notified by the Government of India. It encourages research, interministerial collaboration and adoption of the best global practices for हार्नेसिंग द जियोथर्मल एनर्जी, ठीक है. इट enhances, it encourages the research, interministerial coordination and adoption of best practices for harnessing the geothermal energy, and the regulatory responsibilities for geothermal energy will rest with the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, which means you can also say that the implementer of this particular policy will be the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. I don't know whether implementer is a word or not. Implementing agency for this policy will be the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Okay. This particular policy, my dear friends, is integrated with the national goals of achieving net zero by the year 2070 and other renewable energy objectives. Then it focuses on the electricity generation, space heating or cooling, agriculture, tourism and desalination. So basically it will have the diverse application in different sectors. We will be focusing on generating electricity through the geothermal energy, space heating or cooling, agriculture, tourism, desalination. Okay. Obviously, it is going to promote research and development of advanced systems such as hybrid geothermal solar plants, hybrid geothermal or solar hybrid plants, ठीक है, retrofitting abandoned oil wells and advanced geothermal systems. And of course, it will give an emphasis on the local innovation, joint ventures, and repurposing the existing oil or gas infrastructure. So you can see there is very less chance that any objective question will be there from this particular topic. However, from this particular thing, they can ask you an objective question from where I have also made the objective question. So for this particular, under this policy, the Geological Survey of India has identified 381 hot springs across 10 geothermal provinces from where there is a plan to harness the geothermal energy. ठीक है जी. एंड 381 हॉट स्प्रिंग है, 10 जियोथर्मल प्रोविंसेस हैं. वो कौन से हैं? हिमालयन जियोथर्मल प्रोविंस, नागा लुसाई, अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड, सोन नर्मदा तापी दैट इज सोनाटा, वेस्ट कोस्ट कैम्बे ग्राबेन, अरावली महानदी गोदावरी, साउथ इंडियन क्रेटोनिक. ठीक है, ये वो जगह है जहां पे जियोथर्मल, ये जहां पे हमें जियोथर्मल साइट्स मिलते हैं. ठीक है, ये 10 जियोथर्मल प्रोविंसेस है. हमारे देश में टोटल 10 जियोथर्मल प्रोविंसेस है एज आइडेंटिफाइड बाय द Geological Survey of India, and in all these geothermal provinces the government has targeted to harness the geothermal energy and thereby applying it for the diverse applications. ठीक है, चलिए coming back to the question. So how many hot springs? 381. In how many provinces? 10. Option C is the right answer. Question number 3. Consider the following statements with respect to National Means Cum Merit Scholarship Scheme and you need to identify the correct statement. Now you will say, फिर क्यों करा रहे हो आप ये वाली स्कीम? क्या ये न्यूज में थी? हाँ जी, ये न्यूज में थी. And the last date for submission of application under the National Means Cum Merit Scholarship Scheme for the year 25-26, it has been extended up to 30th December 2025, and that is why it is in news. और ये स्कीम हर साल न्यूज में आती है और इसमें से क्वेश्चन किसी ना किसी एग्जाम में जरूर बनता है. So it's an important scheme. So you never know कि RBI में इस बार आ जाए ये क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. The objective, so it is a scholarship scheme that is pretty much clear. Merit based scholarship scheme, which means the scholarship will be provided only to the meritorious students. The scholarship shall only be provided to the meritorious students. ठीक है. The objective is to reduce the dropout of meritorious students of EWS, economically weaker sections, of class 8th and encourage them to continue their education till class 12th. अगर क्लास 8th में कोई ऐसा मेरिटोरियस स्टूडेंट है जिसने फाइनेंशियल वीकनेस की वजह से, फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम्स की वजह से, इश्यूज की वजह से पढ़ाई छोड़ दी थी, तो ऐसे बच्चों को इस स्कीम में स्कॉलरशिप दी जाती है सो दैट दे कैन कंप्लीट देयर एजुकेशन टिल क्लास 12th. ठीक है, इट वाज लॉन्च्ड इन द ईयर 2008 एज सेंट्रल सेक्टर स्कीम. द स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ क्लास 9th to class 12th are the beneficiaries and the amount of scholarship, my dear friends, is 12,000 per annum every year starting from class 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. हर साल 12,000 per annum मिलता है. ठीक है. If I talk about the eligibility, then the parental income of the student should not exceed rupees 3,50,000 per annum. The student must have secured minimum 55% marks or equivalent in class 7th examination. ठीक है. And this percentage is relaxable for SCs and STs by 5% because they need 50% marks in class 7th. SCs and ST students need 50% marks, my dear friends, in class 7th. All right. Now, under this particular scheme, the scholarships are awarded to the students who are studying only in the state government schools, government aided schools, and local body schools. The student must not be studying in the private schools. Okay. Every year, 1 lakh fresh scholarships are awarded to the selected students from class 9th, and the scholarship is renewed every year from class 10th to class 12th. Okay. This particular scheme, my dear friends, has been integrated with the National Scholarship Portal, through where all the process of this particular scheme is being done, right? And scholarships are directly transferred to the बैंक अकाउंट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट थ्रू द डीबीटी मोड. ठीक है, अब तो वैसे भी कैश सरकार किसी भी स्कीम के अंदर नहीं देती है, राइट? इन ऑल द स्कीम्स द फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस इज ट्रांसफर्ड वाया द डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ट्रांसफर. ठीक है, लेट्स आइडेंटिफाई द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट्स. इट वाज लॉन्च्ड इन 2010. नो. Scholarship of 12,000 is provided to school students from class 9th to 12th. Yes. Every year 1 lakh fresh scholarships are awarded to selected students from class 9 and upon their continuation or renewal in class 10th to 12th. ये भी ठीक है. Parental income of beneficiary from all sources should not be more than 3,50,000, not 2,50,000. So this is incorrect. The right answer will be option B, 2 and 3, because we need to identify the correct statements, my dear friends. ठीक है. चलिए, टॉकिंग अबाउट द क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. छोटा सा क्वेश्चन है ये. मिनिस्टर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री पीयूष गोयल विल को चेयर द 13th इंडिया यूएई हाई लेवल जॉइंट टास्क फोर्स ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट्स इन यूएई. इन विच सिटी इन इंडिया द 12th HLJ TFI took place in 2024. ठीक है, सो मिनिस्टर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री विल बी विजिटिंग यूएई 18 एंड 19 सितंबर को विजिट है उनका, यानी कि कल था और आज है. फॉर व्हाट पर्पस? फॉर को चेयरिंग the 13th India-UAE High-Level Joint Task Force on Investment. Now, what will be the agenda of this particular meeting? The agenda of this particular meeting is to review the progress on India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, Double Taxation Treaty, UAE-India Central Bank Matters, and investment in key sectors. ठीक है, जो 12th वाला हुआ था HLJ TFI, that was held in Mumbai in October 2025, and in that particular meeting there was a ratification of India-UAE bilateral investment treaty. ठीक है. Now talking about this high-level joint task force, it was established in 2013 and it serves as a vital platform for promoting trade and investment ties between the two nations, India and United Arab Emirates. Clear है? तो ये बिल्कुल सिंपल है. The right answer to this particular question is Mumbai. Option A is the correct answer. ठीक है जी. चलिए, moving ahead to question in short, but before that, if you want to have the PDF of this class, just scan this QR code, my dear friends, and join the Telegram channel and get the PDFs. Question number 5. Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has launched several documentaries or series as part of Sarv Seva Parv celebrations. Which of the following is not one of the series? ये इतना इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन नहीं है वैसे तो, लेकिन आई हैव टेकन इट बिकॉज क्या है कि एग्जाम में आजकल कुछ भी पूछा जाता है, तो इसलिए मैंने ये भी ले लिया. दिस इज नॉट एन इम्पॉर्टेंट दो. तो 5 डॉक्यूमेंट्री सीरीज लॉन्च हुई है. संकल्प की शक्ति, सुशासन का समर्थ्य, विश्व पटल पर नेतृत्व का शंखनाद, देयर शुड बी डी हेयर, कर्मयोग एक अंतहीन यात्रा, स्व से समग्र तक, गांव और सुशासन जैसा नहीं था, मेरा गांव आज, मेरा गांव आज वाज द 5th वन. ठीक है, तो ये 5 डॉक्यूमेंट्री लॉन्च की गई थी. द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन ई टू दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. 13th meeting Khushi Agarwal is happening in UAE, and that is why Piyush Goyal is on a visit to UAE. Okay. Question number 6. From which airport Ministry of Civil Aviation has launched the initiative of Yatri Seva Divas at airports across the country to provide free medical checkups and health awareness campaigns at the airports, with a special focus on women travelers under the Swasth Nari Sashakt Parivar Abhiyan. ठीक है. This has been launched from Hindon Airport. Where is Hindon Airport? Ghaziabad. Where is Ghaziabad? Uttar Pradesh. All right. Question number 7. With which of the following international organizations Ministry of Labour and Employment has signed an MOU for collaboration to develop international reference classification of occupations? ठीक है. What is it? International reference classification of occupation. So basically, my dear friends, it will act as an international reference where all the occupations will be classified and one can have the information regarding the occupations available. Okay, it is based on the already existing international standard classification of occupation which is already there and it was created by ILO. Okay, on this line, on this, so these are the standards and now this will be international reference classification of occupation. Okay, the right answer is ILO. Option D is the correct answer. ILO is headquartered in Geneva. Question number 8. The World Ozone Day was celebrated on 16th of September with the theme From Science to Global Action. Which convention on protocol was adopted to eliminate all ozone depleting substances? It's an easy question. Montreal Protocol. It was adopted in 1987. Okay, Kyoto Protocol is for greenhouse gases. Stockholm Convention is for persistent organic pollutants. Basel Convention is for control of transboundary movement of the hazardous wastes. Hazardous waste का transboundary movement को control करना. And Nagoya Protocol is for access to genetic resources and fair and equitable distribution of the resources arising out of these genetic resources. Okay, the right answer is option C. The government of India has launched the Special Campaign 5.0, reaffirming its commitment towards ensuring cleanliness, transparency and efficiency in governance. Which of the following is the nodal agency for coordinating and steering the special campaign across the ministries? It is the Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, and this campaign will run from 17 September, not 17 September actually, 2nd October to 31st October. Okay. And the last question for today. National Agriculture Conference Rabi Abhiyan 2025 has been organized by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. What was the theme? The theme was One Nation, One Agriculture, One Team. The right answer is option A. Okay, ji. Chaliye, that's it for today's class, my dear friends. If you want to have the PDF of this class, do scan this QR code and get the PDFs. And कुछ discount चला रखा है टीम ने. So if you are interested, then you can go for the RBI Grade B cutoff cracker course, and you can also use the coupon code Manish to have the extra discounts. ठीक है जी, चलिए. Now if you have any doubts, you can ask me, otherwise give me a thumbs up, my dear friends. बताइए जी, कोई दिक्कत, कोई परेशानी, कोई समस्या, कोई दुविधा? चलिए जी, so let's wind it up and I will see you in the next class on Monday. Till then, keep studying and keep studying hard. Goodbye, take care and God bless.